Hello and welcome. Today is going to be about the side body without having to get down on your mat. So, as always, we're going to start with the intention of bringing God into our practice with a nice big inhale, breathing in God. Exhaling, you soften anything that might have been tight. One more breath this time. Breathing Him in, arms come all the way up. Exhale, prayer hands come down to center. This next time when your arms go up overhead, just pay attention to your side body, what happens, and pay attention to your core. A lot of times when we go up, we don't pay attention to that area, and our lower ribs like to spread away from each other, and we bring it into the lower back. So by engaging the core, think about, the lower ribs cage coming in. You notice when you do that, your tailbone starts to go down ever so slightly. So keep that activation in the core. With your inhale, raise the arms all the way up now. Feeling it again. The expansion in the side body. Exhale, come down, heart center. One more just like that. Still engaging your core. Inhale, actively reaching. Exhale down. Still keeping that tension in the core. Inhale, arms are going to come up. This time the hands interlace. Exhale, they come behind the head. Let your head push against the arms ever so slightly. The shoulder blades are going to peel together on the back. So a nice opening in the chest and the shoulders. Still engaging the core so you're not feeling anything in the lower back, hopefully. So one more inhale here. And then with your exhale, we're going to reach our arms up and over to the left. Notice that when I'm reaching to the left, then I'm going to start to look to the right, the opposite direction. And then engage that core yet. And then to bring it back to center, I don't want you just moving without intention. Think about starting by shortening those obliques on that right side. So that's going to help move you rather than just moving your arms and shifting the weight. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Nice big stretch looking in that opposite direction. Open up the chest. And then inhale again, squeezing the obliques to come back to center. Moving with your breath now. Exhale over to the side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. One more time through with your breath. Exhale over. You can bend that opposite knee if you like. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. We're going to add one more thing to it. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart here. When your next inhale, again, open up through the chest, engage that core. Exhale, you're going to open up to one side and then look to the other. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Engage the core. Inhale, come up. This time with your exhale, you're going to start to sit down while your arms stay up. It's a nice little chair. Never want your knees to go beyond the toes, so either sit up more or send the butt back. Chest stays up, engage the core. And then when you're ready, inhale, come up to center. Exhale over to one side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Moving with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down to sit. Inhale up. One more time, letting your breath be your guide. Inhaling God. Exhaling you. Exhale, sit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, releasing the arms. Roll with the shoulders. Good. Inhale, raise all the way up, high prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now again, paying attention to your core area, we're going to keep the hips exactly right where they are and just twist from that thoracic back. So think of your right shoulder peeling back as your left one comes forward. And sometimes the hips still like to follow. So I like to think of the hips going in the opposite direction. to really create a nice twist. Stay in here for one more breath. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, other side. Again, leading with the shoulders. Nice tall spine. Hips are going in the opposite direction. One more breath. Soften through the face. And with your next inhale, come back to center. We're going to connect it with our breath. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, per hands and turn to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over to the left. Hips are going in the opposite direction again. Inhale all the way up. High prayer, back to center. One more time through. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale all the way up with the arms. Exhale, back to heart center. Good. You can heel toe the feet for a wide-legged stance here. When you got that, inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, we're just going to drop the left arm down and reach with the right one. And rather than just being a stretch and dumping into it, you're again bringing that awareness into the side body. Engage those obliques, so you're contracting and shortening some of those side muscles while you're stretching the other. So always, again, engage it while you're reaching. So it's not going to be as big of a stretch, but you're still going to feel it in the area you should. Looking up to the ceiling or the sky. Inhale, come on up. Exhale over to the other side. Again, engage those obliques while you're reaching. Inhale up. Exhale over. One more time on each side. Inhale, breathing in God. All that love. Exhaling you. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the heels in a little bit for goddess pose. So you're just going to let your knees go in the same direction as your toes. If your knees come in, then your toes come in. From here, you're going to reach the arms up into cactus arms. We're going to start to engage the left obliques by just thinking of that pelvis coming up a little bit while you're shortening and bringing it down. So exhale, down, inhale, back to center. Exhale, down, keeping the chest up so it's not coming forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Again, moving with your breath. One more on each side. Good. You can always stay here. If you ever need a break, you can straighten the legs and come back into it. We're going to open up through the arms this time. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to start to come down to one side, reaching up with the other arm. You can use your, right now is my left hand's down, the bottom hand to open up the hips while you're reaching up. Inhale, come up. Exhale over. Engage the obliques again while you're stretching. Open up the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. You can stay here and do this 2 more times. Or if your knees are okay, you can start coming down more into a squat to do it. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back to center. One more time on each side. Good. Come back up if you were down. Inhale, all the way up. Let the toes be parallel to one another, the big toes. Exhale, back to heart center. Good. Inhale, reach up one more time. With your exhale, start to bend down into the fold. Nice and slow. With this, you can rock your hips out a little bit, side to side. Let the head go to gravity. When you're ready, we're just going to bend the right leg a little bit. And then you're going to start to walk your hands over to the left leg. Feeling a nice side body stretch on that right side. when you're ready, we're going to start to move it with our breath. Inhale, you're going to start to straighten through the legs, bending the opposite one. At the same time, you're sweeping your hands over to the other side for a nice side body stretch on the left side this time. Inhale, legs are straightening up, your hands are going to the other side. Exhale over. Moving with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale, reach over and bend the knee. One more time on each side. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Half lift here. Stay here with the chest. Exhale. You're going to just bring your hands to the hips. With your next inhale, bend the knees and slowly start to come on up. Good. We're going to let your right foot come to the front of the mat. You're going to have that heel-to-heel alignment. So you're setting up for warrior two here. Bend that front knee, open up through the chest and the hands. Make sure you're not leaning forward, but stacking the spine up nice and straight. One more breath here. And with your exhale, let your hands come to the heart center for prayer hands. We're going to dive down. If you want to watch the video first, you're going to kind of dive down like you're scooping your shoulder into the knee. And then with your inhale, you're going to open up, reversing the warrior. Right hand stays up, left one reaching down. Exhale, it's going to go into extended side angle. So that right forearm comes down to the front leg, and the left one reaches up. So we're ready? We're going to do that a couple more times. With your exhale, bring the hands into the heart center. Inhale, dive on down and bring it up. For the reversing warrior. Exhale, that right hand comes down. Inhale, open up for extended side angle. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, dive down. Reversing the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Staying here for one more breath. And then it's your choice. You can always stay here. You can check your posture, maybe your hips up. Come up, you want a nice straight line. Again, you're working from these obliques rather than dumping all your weight into that arm. So maybe you need a little bit of support. You can stay here. And then with your exhale, you're just going to bring the left arm down into the side body. Again, engage those obliques. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. If you want a little bit more, you can bring both arms into it. Moving with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Start to let your back foot lift up for a nice side body stretch. Really reach in here. Exhale, fold into it. Inhale, come up one more time into that side angle, opening up. Really thinking about a stretch this time. So you're letting the hip come up and then you're going over. Rather than trying to hold it up, you're allowing yourself to stretch it. Inhale, come all the way up. Straighten that front leg. Exhale down with arms. We're going to switch feet so that front foot now is going to become our back foot. Turn the left one out to the back of the mat. Again, heel to heel alignment. Set up for warrior two here. When you got that, you're going to exhale, bring hands into the heart center. Same thing. Just stay here for one breath, breathing in God. Feeling the energy or what's tense, what's not. Just take a time. A little break here. And when you're ready, with your next exhale, you're going to dive that left shoulder down into the knee. Inhale, you're sweeping the arms all the way up, taking that right hand in the back for reverse warrior. Exhale, the left hand comes to the front, extended side angle, open up. And then same thing, exhale, prayer hands. Inhale, dive down, reversing the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, dive on down. Inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Take a minute to check your extended side angle. See if you got this nice line. If not, again, just put the hips down or come up with the chest and torso. Once you got that, really notice if your obliques are turned on that right side or if you're dumping into the arm. Try to get the obliques turned on with your exhale. Bring the right arm down. Inhale, open up. Exhale down. Inhale up. It's like a side crunch. Inhale, breathing in God. Relaxing through the face. Exhaling you. Can stay here or use both arms. Last one. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale down. Go ahead, bend that front leg, going into a nice opening back into that side angle first, and then go ahead and start to bring the arm down, pushing away from the leg for a side body stretch on the right side. And note if you're rounding forward, you're going to feel it more on your back, versus if you start to twist open to the ceiling, you'll feel it more in the side body. With your exhale, you're going to start to let your hands come down to the mat. Start to straighten that front leg out. You can turn the back heel up. And just kind of let the body be. Relaxing again, breathing in God. Exhaling you. To your next inhale, bend that front leg. Come on back into that extended side angle, grounding through the back foot. Exhale, sweep it on up, reversing the arms, straighten that front leg. Exhale, back into the beginning wide angle stance. Feet are parallel. We're just gonna go ahead, heel toe our way up to standing again. And this is where I'm going to leave you. You can do some more side body stretches if you want, or meditate, whatever is calling for you today. Take the time and listen. I thank you for practicing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.